Hey guys, Bananiac here. So I've been asked to share my vegan story and how I transitioned to a vegan lifestyle. So here we go. So basically, I came from a similar background to where most people come from. I ate a standard American diet. I would go out with my friends on weekends and party and get drunk. Believe it or not, I was actually strongly opposed to vegetarian vegan lifestyles. In fact, I used to have this one friend back in high school. He was vegetarian and I would give him crap for it every single time. And it's funny how it worked because we've actually crossed over. Now he eats meat and I've gone vegan. It's funny how life plays out like that. So I was strongly opposed against the vegan lifestyle. I used to think that being vegan was just something that people sacrifice for the animals. I was eating lots of meat and dairy and eggs and fish, thinking that it was good for me, that it would help me build a strong body and be good at the sports that I would play. But in fact, it actually did the worst. When it came to sports, I would get tired very easily and I wouldn't be able to last as long as I would like. I also used to get sick a lot and visit the doctor's office. There's actually some times where I even blacked out and had to go to the emergency rooms. So my health was very poor. I needed to do something about it. So it wasn't until my early college years where I started to research more about nutrition. But my motivation for aesthetics and getting better at athletics was much greater than it was to achieve a better state of health and longevity. Basically, I started eating a high-fat, high-protein, low-carbohydrate diet, thinking that that was the key to losing weight and to build a strong body, because everyone says that protein builds strong muscles and carbs make you fat. Well, that was the complete opposite. I had crashed on that diet. In fact, it brought up a lot of the same symptoms that I used to experience on just a standard American diet, eating whatever I wanted, junk food and animal products and all this stuff. I would go to the doctor and have to be shot up with all sorts of drugs and take prescription drugs. As I was researching, I did hear some good stuff about plant-based diets and didn't even connect it to the vegan lifestyle. So what I did was I did a 40-day fast. It's called fasting, but it's not really fasting. In the Greek culture, what we do is we go on these fasts. Basically, it's eating a vegan diet, no oil, for 40 days before Easter. And I had never done that before, and I was wondering to myself, why haven't I ever been able to do this? What was so wrong with me that I couldn't do this for 40 days? So I said to myself, let's do this. Let's do the plant-based diet for 40 days and at the same time see how my body reacts to the plant-based diet. So I went on a plant-based diet and started feeling really, really good. And on April 15, 2012, which was Greek Easter Day, I didn't have any lamb and I decided to stick with the plant-based diet. How could I not? I was feeling so good. I had so much energy. My digestion was so much better. I cannot explain to you how much better. I had lost some weight. I was feeling so good overall. I could not go back to the way I was eating. So at that point in my life, I was still eating some junk food like potato chips and lots of oils and things like that. It wasn't something I would necessarily call healthy. So I started watching more documentaries and researching more of ways to improve even the plant-based diet that I was on. And I got into something called superfoods, and I was just buying these bags of refined foods and all that. That didn't work. All it did was just break my wallet. Then I ran into this documentary called Forks Over Knives. Forks Over Knives is a documentary that stars numerous of plant-based doctors, dietitians, and other health professionals that talk about the benefits of eating a whole food plant-based diet for preventing and reversing some of the top killers that are sweeping the nation's lives away. I'm talking heart disease, diabetes, osteoporosis, cancer, stroke, just all these diseases that could go away like that. And I was hooked. This blew my mind. I had never heard of such things before. I always thought that if you have heart disease, you have to have bypass surgery and take statins, or if you have diabetes, oh, you need insulin and you need medication. I never thought of such a holistic approach working like that before. So that documentary blew my mind, and I knew at that point, as soon as I watched that documentary, I had to switch my diet to a whole food plant-based diet and avoid oils that I was currently eating. So I was so interested in what Forks Over Knives was saying, I would just get on the computer and go on YouTube, watch a bunch of videos. I ran into this one guy called Durian Ryder on YouTube and would just love his energy for spreading this vegan message. Up until that point, I never thought of carbs the way I think of carbs now. When I say carbs, I'm not talking about donuts and junk food. I'm talking about rice, corn, potatoes, fruits like bananas, dates, mangoes, and vegetables like potatoes, yams, sweet potatoes. Foods like that give you energy and allow you to do the things that you want to do athletically and even mentally. His videos changed my life, and it wasn't just the diet part, but he also showed me how powerful a vegan lifestyle is. Veganism is not just a diet, it's not the vegan diet. Veganism is a lifestyle. You not only eat plant-based foods, but you also help the animals and the environment at the same time. Up until the point that I started watching Durian Ryder's videos, that I called myself this 5-letter word. It was a moment in my life where I started to find purpose. I started to see life in a different perspective. I thought of the world around me than just me inside the world. He inspired me to become an advocate for this lifestyle, for this message, to get it out to the world, because I knew this was the truth. I knew this was worthwhile for other people to hear and listen to. That is why I started making these YouTube videos, to get this message out there and to reach the people that had never even thought about this before, that never even have heard of this. The more I lived this lifestyle, the more my life started to change. I started to realize that this is the way that humans are designed to eat. Humans are not designed to get sick, to be on medication, to have surgeries done. I also started to realize the things that we're doing to the animals. I mean, I had known where meat had came from. It came off the bone of a living animal. But I never actually accepted the damage that was being done for my breakfast, lunch, dinners, and snacks. I never had even thought about it before. And the destruction that we're doing to the planet, the amount of forest that we're chopping down to have animals for grazing, and all the runoffs from the factory farms that go into our waters and polluting this planet, and all the methane gas that is produced by all the factory farms. In fact, animal agriculture, in other words, meat and dairy, contribute over half. Let me repeat that, over half of the greenhouse gases. This planet is dying because of our forks and knives. Not to mention the third world countries that are having their grain shipped out to feed animals and have those animals feed the rich so they can die from all the diseases. It's just a system that doesn't make sense at all. And once I realized that eating meat and dairy, wearing leather, fur, and using products that have been tested on animals, all this stuff just didn't make sense to me anymore. This is the most compassionate, the most healthy way to live. I cannot be happy knowing that I don't have my health, or that I'm taking away the health of the animals or the planet or the people sharing this planet with me. Seriously, so many people think that once you go vegan, you're gonna live this restrictive lifestyle. The benefits that I have experienced going vegan have just been incredible. I mean, just athletically, I did 500 kilometers, 311 miles in just 5 days. In these past 5 days, I've been vlogging them all. And in my past, I wouldn't be able to run a 2-mile jog for soccer conditioning. I would be out of breath. And ever since I went vegan back in April 2012, I've noticed that I have much more energy, I feel lighter on my feet, and my digestion has improved so much. And no longer do I get sick, do I have headaches, do I have hangovers. Because that's another thing, I quit alcohol July 2012. Just because it wasn't doing anything for me. Yeah, there's plenty of vegan alcohol out there, but I was making healthy choices for my life and determining what makes me happy and what is just there. Because a life without purpose is worthless. Do what you feel what you do, know yourself, and live your potential. So for those who are thinking of trying the vegan lifestyle in the upcoming year as a New Year's resolution, Just be sure to eat as many carbohydrates as you want: rice, corn, potatoes, bean, peas, lentils, bananas, dates, mangoes, grapes, potatoes, sweet potatoes, yams. There's just so many foods out there. Eat as much as you want of it. Try to aim for low fat diets, so not too many nuts and seeds, and really go easy on the oils as well. Drink plenty of water, stay hydrated, get plenty of sleep. Once you do that, once you take care of yourself, you're going to start seeing life in a different light. There's 3 documentaries I want you guys to check out if you haven't already. One is Forks Over Knives. It's going to tell you everything you need to know about a whole foods plant-based diet and how to be a vegan in the most healthful way. The second documentary is called Earthlings. Prepare yourself for this documentary because you're going to find out how much of your life you've been living behind the curtain. And the third documentary is called Cowspiracy. And this documentary talks about the damages that are done to the environment, to our planet, to our only planet, that is being done just by animal agriculture, by the meat and dairy industry. So I hope you guys enjoy listening to my vegan story and have inspired you guys to try out the vegan lifestyle for the upcoming year. If you guys have any questions or concerns about the vegan lifestyle, be sure to check out all of my videos. I have plenty of videos out there talking about the vegan lifestyle, as well as have a second YouTube channel called Symposium Films, and I have interviewed plenty of doctors and health professionals and other vegan activists who talk about the benefits of living a vegan lifestyle. Check that channel out. It's very informative and very education based. And if you're a vegan watching this, I want to hear your story. Share your story here on YouTube, Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, any type of social media, and use the hashtag MyVeganStory and tag me at Bananiac, or post your story in the comments section down below. And if you guys have any concerns about living a vegan lifestyle, post that down below as well. Seriously, I'm so grateful for this lifestyle and all the people that I've connected with ever since I had started making YouTube videos in March 2013. Seriously, you guys are the best family ever. Without you guys, I wouldn't be where I am today.